The Indian government appears to be actively working in the artificial intelligence sector. The idea is to optimize advanced technologies for better governance and planning. Speaking on how the government hopes to use AI to solve governance problems, Minister of State for Electronics and Information Technology and Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Rajiv Chandrasekhar, had this to say at the recently concluded Business Standard Tech Talk.
The whole program that has been envisaged by the government is really built on what the Prime Minister said, that we must make AI work for India, and B, that AI can be a kinetic enabler of the digital economy. Just like UPI was built to solve a government problem and has created one of the most vibrant fintech ecosystems in the world, we believe AI can solve a governance problem, make governance smarter, make governance and the whole process of scheme planning, delivery of schemes much more intelligent, much more data-led.
In February this year, while addressing a post-budget webinar, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said the government is creating a modern digital infrastructure to ensure that the benefits of digital revolution reach everyone. In the Business Standard Tech Talk, while responding to a question by Business Standard editorial director Ashok Bhattacharya, Minister Rajiv Chandrasekhar narrated an anecdote highlighting the reach of the Indian government's digital prowess.
And I will give you examples of this that I have personally encountered. I went to Nagaland. Northeast is my area of political responsibility, so I go there repeatedly. I drove 9.5 hours to a remote district where no minister had visited that district since independence. Wow. So 9.5 hours, bag breaking, and so next day morning, early morning, 7:38, the community had gathered, 500 women, elders, all of the community. And so the first question I asked was, how many of you have digital identity Aadhaar? The entire room, hands up. How many of you receive your benefits on your DBT? Entire room. How many of you have connection to the internet? The entire room.
The minister said the government is ready to spend $10 billion on semiconductors, $20 billion on electronics manufacturing, and about $200 million on AI. He further added that financing will not be a challenge since advanced technology is going to be a key growth factor. The government is also creating massive data sets which will be available for use by researchers and startups. Chandrasekhar emphasized that AI will be a transformative and not a disruptive tool.
We started this digitalization process by building these independent platforms. So you had UPI, you had Aadhaar, then you had CoWIN, then you had Skill India, then you had education. And now we have consolidated that and integrated that into the India stack. So you have an identity layer, you have a finance and payment layer, you have a storage layer, and you have multiple applications that sit there as a stack. And people can use, state governments can use it, communities can use it as a stack or as individual pieces. Now we will bring in learning and intelligence into that stack, which will sit off all these big, huge amounts of data that we have about consumer behavior, about citizen behavior, what they are consuming.
The Tech Talk conference also hosted industry leaders who discussed integration of AI and machine learning into their products and services. Speaking of a particular use case which has the potential to further bridge the gap between the have and have-nots, Gopi Chand Katragadda, who is the former CTO of Tata Sons, had this to say.
With all these new technologies, the key thing is if you're using AI, for example, to look at ultrasound scan or an X-ray scan or a CT scan, it's good. But what is better is rethink healthcare. So if you can rethink healthcare in terms of simpler equipment which can detect wellness early enough when it goes off normal, then you're doing much better. You can take healthcare into the rural sector. So we are looking at detecting chronic inflammation using a fusion of bioimpedance, heart rate variability, not heart rate itself, but heart rate variability, and a picture of your face, because there's a lot of information on your face. And fusing that to get to chronic inflammation means I can detect chronic diseases much earlier using AI.
The panelists indicated that AI and machine learning have phenomenal potential to transform business and governance. However, a critical aspect which is hand in gloves with the new technologies is the ethical usage of AI. This was a highlight of the discourse at the Business Standard Tech Talk. It remains to be seen how seamlessly the government and India Inc. integrate AI into their services.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.